You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. So on episode 5 of Love is Blind, it starts off with Molly telling the girls how similar her and Dave are, and like, the conversations that they've had, and the things that she sees, like the connection she sees based off of their similarities. Um and Lauren hears her talking about him and stuff like that. Or Lauren, I just kind of feel like anytime Molly was talking, she always was like paranoid that it was about Dave. Like, you came on a show where you were going to be dating people in a house where other people were going to be dating those people. I could see her like not being able to handle it the first or second episode, but baby, we're in episode 5. Get it together. This is what you signed up for, okay? She was getting on my nerve. But anyway, she is questioning Dave about his connection with Molly. When she goes into the pods with him, Dave confesses that he has feelings for Lauren, telling her that, yeah, he connect with Molly or whatever, but he basically he was trying to make it seem like he likes Lauren more than he likes Molly, but that's not the vibe I got. And I don't feel like he actually liked her more. I think he was able to get away with a lot more from her than he would have with Molly. Um it goes to Devin. It goes to Devin and Brittany, and they have this conversation. Brittany basically tells him that, even though she's really enjoyed getting to know him, and like she could see, something developing between the two of them, she doesn't think that things are going to work out. And Devin agrees, and it's the most amicable breakup that I have ever seen in TV show history. And I really love the fact that they were able to have that conversation and be honest with each other or whatever. But I wish that we would have known that the reason why she broke it off with him was because she made a connection with somebody else, and she actually she was going to get engaged to somebody else. But they made it seem like she was breaking up with him because of the way that he reacted to her telling him that she had experiences with women. That's how they made it seem. And if it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't have even known that Brittany was talking to somebody else, because they only showed the love triangle between her, Devin, and Virginia, but they never showed this other guy that she was dating, and I didn't like that. So then after this conversation, Devin goes into the pause with Virginia, and they both have like gifts there for each other, and they exchange gifts. Virginia gives Devin her grandmother's ring, and although it was kind of sweet, I was kind of confused. I was like, isn't the guy supposed to like get the ring passed down by the family to put on his wife's finger? Why is she giving him her grandma ring? That's for like the man in the family, right? Am I tripping? I don't know. But like when he opened it, she was like, I'm about to propose to you, and she was like, just kidding or whatever. But I was confused why she gave it to him. So he gives her a cutting board with this like note on it. She reads it, and basically it was supposed to be like a symbol for like the life they were going to build outside of the pods. He also gave her a necklace as well. I think, was it her initial, his initial, something, I don't know. So they exchange gifts, and like the exchange is really cute. They say a lot of nice things to each other. I'm not gonna lie, whenever I see moments like this in Love is Blind, but it doesn't lead, it's not the beginning of the proposal. I always get confused. What's the point of doing this? If they're not going to propose in that moment, what's the point of exchanging gifts and stuff like that? Like, but I guess for the views, for the optics, for the romantic element, I guess. Um it goes to Sarah, and she is talking to Ben or whatever. And we know Sarah was the one who was saying that she needed somebody who were aware of social justice issues and who fought for what was right or whatever. But all of that went out the window when Ben proposed to her. She accepted his proposal, and all of those things that she said went out the window. Um so it goes to Dave, the guys in the guy quarters, and Dave is crying about his sister approving of his choice. And at this point, I am sick of this. I'm sick of this nigga. What? Why are you here? Because you obviously got a sister complex. So you need to go home. And, like, he was getting on my nerve. I'm like, stop bringing. If I'm not, I'm sorry. If I'm dating a guy and he keeps talking about how his sister needs to approve of me and how he doesn't think his sister is going to be happy with no choice that he makes, I'm not dating that guy anymore. That guy is a weirdo, and I'm not dating him anymore. And I'm sorry. I don't. Lauren was just so desperate for him to choose her that she was just willing to deal with anything. But so Dave and Molly are in the pods, and Dave ends up breaking up with Molly, but he's not like being forthcoming with it. He is like beating around the bush. And then Molly is like, are you trying to break up with me? If you're trying to break up with me, just say you're trying to break up with me. Just say you don't want to be with me. And he was basically like, I mean, I am trying to break up with you, but I don't really like how you okay with it. I wanted you to be falling apart for me. I wanted you to be distraught. I wanted you to be crying, rolling on the floor, throwing a fit. I don't like that you're taking this well. Why are you taking it so well? And I'm just like, typical. Typical. But after they like break up, she goes into the women's quarters and she talked with Lauren about the whole Dave and Lauren situation, and like telling her how Dave made her feel like he wanted to pursue things with her. And Lauren is listening, and you know what she was more concerned with? She was like, did he leave? And she's like, no, he's still here. He wants to move forward with you. She cared nothing about what Molly was saying. She just wanted to know, did he choose me over you or what? That's all I'm here for. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care. I've been anxious this whole time, thinking that he likes you more than me. Just let me know if he's choosing me or if he's choosing you. Okay? Then get out my face after that. Like, she literally did not care. She just, only thing she cared about was the fact that he chose her. Um so I think the two of them go into the pause, and he tells Lauren that he's falling in love with her, and I don't believe him. But sure. So then it goes to Taylor and Daniel in the pause, and they end up exchanging gifts and like talk about like their biggest insecurities, and like um was Taylor the one? No, that was Madison. That was Madison. That was the painter or whatever. But yeah, they go on their date in the pause, and they exchange gifts with each other. They talk about, more things about each other, and they end up talking about their biggest insecurities. Um and it seems like after they have that conversation, it kind of makes them feel closer to each other. So then it goes to Ben and Sarah meeting for the first time, and it was cute. Ben could not keep his hands off of Sarah. I feel like he was very much was that what's that Ben I'm thinking about? Anyways, they met, it was cute and whatever. So then we go to Dave proposing to Lauren. Um Dave proposes to Lauren, of course she accepts, and she goes into the women's quarter and says that she's engaged after she just had a conversation with one of the girls, and she tells her like he probably playing both of y'all. And then it goes from he probably playing both of y'all to I'm getting married. And I'm like, women, so fickle. So then it goes to the men's quarters, and basically Mason is preparing to go to his next date with Madison, and he's very, very nervous. And Alex is trying to console him, and he told Alex that he was getting ready for his date with his number one, with his number one person or whatever. And he's nervous because he thinks that this is a big one. So from what he said, I assumed that he was planning to put all of his eggs in Madison's basket. He was planning to finally make a decision and tell Madison, it's you that I want to be with. And I just want to focus on you or whatever. But when he got there, Madison was already on one. Like, the two of them had breakfast. He didn't even get to pray over his food before Madison was at his throat. She ends up breaking up with him. She breaks up with him, and he's actually really shocked. And then after she says her piece about why she doesn't want to date, she basically was like, you were taking too long. You were taking too long to make a choice. But at the same time, Madison was being hypocritical. She made a choice and said that her connection with Alex was deeper, but she didn't stand on that. And it took her a long time to tell Mason that she didn't want to date him, even though she already had chose Alex. So she was being a hypocrite. But she beat him to the breakup. So what can you say? She breaks up with him, and she's really like heartless with it. So cold, so calculated. You know how Madison is. She picked that man apart. And then after she tells him that she chooses her other connection, he tells her that he feels like he forced her to do that because he told her that she was the one that he wanted to move forward with, but he was lying, and he felt like he added more pressure than necessary, and he didn't actually feel that way about her, but he just said it. And she like, what? How are you going to say that that's what it is after I break up with you? I 100% believe that if Madison did not go into that date and broke up with him, he was going to tell her that she was his number one. I'm sure of it. Sure of it. But he had to save face since she pulled the plug. And so after this, Madison goes into the women's quarters, and she immediately starts talking to Meg about what just happened. She tells Meg everything, the fact that she broke it off with him, and then he said that um he lied to her about how he felt, and about he lied when he told her that she was his strongest connection or whatever. Madison could have kept her mouth shut. She could have just shut up. She made her decision. But no, he hurt her feelings. He bruised her ego because she thought that she had two of these men eating out the palm of her hand. And for him to say that he was lying, it bruised her ego, and she had to push her feelings off on somebody else. So that's why she had that conversation with Meg. Alex tries to console Mason when he comes back into the quarters and tells them that she broke it off with him, and he looks hurt. He looks really heartbroken and hurt and blindsided. Um I felt like Alex kind of knew that that was coming, but he pretended that he didn't. And I feel like Alex was being kind of fake. but I digress. So when Meg and Mason goes into the pod, Megs confronts him about what happened between him and Madison. Madison told she basically told him that Madison told no. Madison tells him while they were talking that her and Meg have been talking to each other about what was going on in their little love triangle, and that he might have just lost two girls. Also being very manipulative, because Meg did not say nothing about her not wanting to pursue things with Mason, but because she said this, she made Mason feel like he didn't have anybody, and she made Meg feel like now you gotta break up with him. Because when she told Meg what she told him, she was like, why would you say that? Like, you said that? Like, why would you say that? I didn't even know what I was going to say, but she felt like now, since you just told him that, I gotta break up with him. She really manipulated that situation because he bruised her ego. But she was manipulating that situation the whole time. She knew she already had a stronger connection with Alex, and she wanted Alex to propose to her. But she kept that relationship with Mason because it stroked her ego. But it goes off on Meg confronting Alex, or confronting Mason, or about to confront Mason about what went on or whatever. But let me know what y'all think about this episode. Do y'all think Madison was being messy, or do y'all think she manipulated that situation, or am I tripping? Because I feel like she was being really messy the entire time, and she was manipulating the situation the entire time. She literally put Mason and Meg against each other because she told Mason, you may have lost two really good connections. You may have lost two really girls, or two really good girls, because you took too long to make a decision. When you literally made your decision and you still was going on dates with this man. What are you talking about? This is how it goes. This is what happens. Anyway, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that episode. See episode 5 of Love is Blind season 8. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Before you go, check out my website at srgrahamwrites.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.